Thanks for joining David, Kevin, and myself for the educational video for the month of January. Like most of us, we always make our New Year's resolutions for health and family and everything. A lot of times we also do it for our finances. So David and Kevin are going to talk about a financial health check. They're going to walk you through the different steps that you need to take to be able to do that. And we are more than happy to sit down alongside you and work with you on helping you do your financial health check. As always, don't ever forget to give us a call. We're happy to help out in any way. So I'm going to pass you over to the guys to do your financial health check. Thanks and take care.
In today's video, Kevin and I are going to take you through a quick checklist of things that you and your family can do to ensure that your financial picture is on the right track. The first thing is creating a balance sheet and a budget.
You and your spouse, if you're married, should sit down and make a list of all of your assets and liabilities to help create a balance sheet for your family. This will help give you a clear picture of where you stand from a net worth perspective, and over time you should see your net worth increasing. If it isn't, some changes likely need to be made. Another great practice is to create a budget and monitor it regularly. If you are spending more than you earn each month, over time this will result in bad debt being accumulated, or you will eat away at your savings, and ultimately your financial situation will worsen.
Number 2 on our checklist is tackling bad debts. Carrying a credit card balance month over month is the number one personal financial mistake an individual can make. Many credit cards charge interest rates in excess of 20%. And so if you're carrying a balance and not paying it off each month, this is a very painful thing to endure financially. If you are carrying a balance on your credit card, this is the number one thing that we think that you should work on to tackle. Number 1, creating a budget, like we talked about, is critical to managing your debt. So you need to figure out what your wants are and what your needs are, and at least for a couple of months, try and eliminate as much spending as you can on those wants so that you can bring down that credit card balance. Number 2 that you might want to consider is if you have a regular contribution to an RRSP or a tax-free savings account, just stop those contributions temporarily. You get a much better return by paying down your credit card balance than you're probably earning on those investments in those accounts. And so tackling the credit card debt is the number one easiest thing that many people can do to quickly clean up their financial pictures.
Number 3 is automating your investing. Have you ever heard the phrase, pay yourself first? This is a motto to live by for anybody looking to be serious about their financial investments and their financial future. If you're a salaried employee, consider setting aside 10 to 20% of your paychecks on a monthly basis and have them directly automated into your RSP or TFSA, depending on which makes sense for you at the time, so that those are coming out regularly and you don't even notice it after a while. If you are a self-employed person, then doing this monthly may not be as achievable as a salaried employee. So depending on the cash flow of your business, take a look at when you do have money coming in and maybe quarterly or annually putting funds into your investments on a regular basis. Either way, doing this automatically and having them coming directly out of your bank account is an easy way for you to constantly be contributing to your investments and your financial future.
Number 4 on our checklist is ensuring your family's financial security. If you are a parent and you have children who are dependent on you and your earnings, life insurance is a critical aspect of your financial plan. Too often I've seen on Facebook or social media GoFundMes for families that have unexpectedly and tragically lost a parent. And it breaks my heart every time I see these. It's difficult enough going through the tragedy of unexpectedly losing your partner or unexpectedly losing a parent. And to rely on your friends and family to not only support you through that emotionally, but also financially is a challenge for everyone involved. And quite frankly, crowdsourcing enough money through a GoFundMe is just not going to make a big enough difference like a life insurance death benefit would. And so I strongly encourage any families that don't have life insurance out there to give us a call. Other aspects of insurance also include disability insurance and critical illness insurance. Both of those insurances are also important for young families. And so if you have questions about those, we'd be happy to address them as well. The other thing to know about getting life insurance is that term life insurance is relatively inexpensive. For a middle-aged adult, say in your 30s or 40s, Many folks can get a few $100,000 of death benefit for as little as $20 a month. So it's not onerous to put these things in place.
Number 5 on our list is to create an estate plan. As you accumulate more assets, both financial and fixed assets like homes and vacation properties, it becomes very important to ensure that your investments, where you can, have named beneficiaries on them and that you have a last will and testament in place. A will is important for virtually anyone, especially if you have children or large financial net worths with a home and investment portfolios. If you're a younger family on your first marriage with a small amount of assets, then many people can create a legal will online for a very cheap cost. So that's a good way to go for younger families. If your estate is a bit more complicated, you have a lot of assets, maybe you're on your second marriage, then utilizing a lawyer or a notary would likely be a better scenario for you to make sure that your will does everything you want it to do and that your assets are going to the people you want them to go to.
Number 6 on our financial checklist is to update your financial plan. Sitting down with people like Kevin, myself, and Harry annually or at least every 2 years to update your long-term retirement plan is critical to ensuring that all the other things on this checklist that we've already talked about are actually happening. Over time, as we update clients' financial plans, we can tell whether they're sticking to a budget or not, if their debts are ballooning or if they're coming down. We can tell whether they're on track to reaching their long-term retirement objectives. Are they saving enough money on a monthly basis or quarterly basis? Do they need to increase that? Do they need to work a little bit longer than originally planned, or maybe they're so on track that they can potentially retire a little bit earlier? Updating your financial plan at least every 2 years, but ideally every year, is critical to ensuring that you get to where you want to go. And we're here and happy to help you get started on this checklist or get together with you to update your financial plan.
As with any New Year's resolution, the key to achieving your goals is determination and staying power. Much like David isn't going to lose 20 pounds overnight in the gym, you need to create a plan and stick with it throughout the year. Now, it's great if you want to start your year with our financial checklist, but keep in mind that you're not going to be able to achieve all of these items in a short window of time. This is going to take months, maybe even the entire year, to go through each item on the list and make sure that you're on the right track. If you do want help doing this, we are here. Please give us a call. Harry, David, or myself would be happy to have you come in and chat more about how to achieve all these items, how to set up a plan to achieve them, and update your financial plan.
Take care for now.